Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. How you doing? If you're new to the channel, of course subscribe to see more videos like the one that you're about to see, where we trade the markets the minimalist way, by keeping it simple, by making a clear, simple analysis on the pair that we are looking at, and by using very simple but very powerful indicators. In this case, I'm on crypto and I'm using three indicators: the bottom stop signal, the levels and zones, and the RSI Exhaustion. If you want to test them yourself, you find the link in the description down below. So what I'm seeing here is that we might have a very great sell opportunity, because we have what looks like to be a great top here, and let me draw some lines here. So we have pretty much a flat price movement here. So the price couldn't go any higher than this level, and I'm about to explain you why. But most importantly, if you look down here, the RSI kept moving lower. So the price here was moving higher and the RSI moved lower, and then the price almost stayed flat here, even though it went down and then up and then down and then up, but it stayed almost flat at this level here, but the RSI kept going lower, and this is divergence. So we have divergence here because the price is at the same level of the previous price here and the previous price here and the previous, especially the previous top here, but the RSI is much lower. You see the RSI at this top here was about 81, and now the RSI is much lower. Right now it's 51, but it was the previous candle was around 65. So we have divergence. The second rule, the second condition that we must check is that the RSI is exhausted. And in this case, the RSI was exhausted recently, so we can confidently say that the RSI is exhausted as well, because once we see a top here, we also want to see around the same area, potentially on the same candle, but at least within the previous candles, or maybe we just wait 1-2 candles so that the RSI is exhausted, and we have exhaustion. So also the second condition is checked. The third one is very simple, which is to have a top, and we have a top because we have waited the next candle, and once the next candle closes, we are sure that the signal on the previous candle is confirmed. So we have a setup. I'd like to comment on this very strong resistance line here, because as you can see, the resistance started at this point when the candle went straight down. But if you look at this candle here and what happened before, at this very moment, on a technical point of view, as technical traders, we could not tell that this level was going to be in the future a major resistance, because we didn't have previously any technical evidence. We didn't have any reference before, any price action before, which was telling us, be warned that in the future this level is going to be a major level. Instead, the levels and zones indicator right at this moment said, be sure that in the future you are going to see a major price movement around this resistance level here. And in fact, what happened is that the price here went straight down, and then it went straight up, and guess what? It was stopped by this resistance, and then it went straight down, and then straight up, and guess what? It was stopped by this resistance, and then down again, and then up again, and here was slowed down by this sell area, that is the sell zone that the levels and zones always signals, and then again it went down and then back up right now. So guess what? where the price is going, it is probably going down. And since we have further evidence from the fact that we have divergence between the RSI and the price, which is flat, since we have exhaustion and since we have a top, we can place our order without any doubt that this is going to be maybe a false signal or something like this. So we are very confident in this setup because we have plenty of technical evidence that the price is likely going lower. So the entry price is going to be around this level here. The stop loss, as you can see, I just trim it down because if you want to be extremely safe, you should set the stop loss to be at least this high because it should be higher than this wick right here. But since this was kind of an exception, these two candles, and the buy area is right now at this level, I will keep the stop loss around the buy area here. Regarding the target, well, of course, I'm aiming for this support level here because I know that as I explained before, the first time the level appears, you cannot see any previous, you don't have any previous reference, so you might wonder why this level appeared, and the same applies here. So we had kind of a very impulsive movement to the upside, but at the same time a new support level appeared. And as you can see, we couldn't tell before by looking before that this is going to be a support level, but the experience says that this is very likely going to be a major level going forward. So if the price here goes down as we are expecting, then there is a very high chance that it will test this level down here. So the setup looks like this. Now I'll keep it under control and I'll keep you posted as well. A quick update for you guys. So the trade is of course open and the price is a little bit into our target area, but the price is now retracing a little bit and we also got a bottom. Do I believe this bottom? Absolutely not, because as you can see down here, it is true that the RSI got bearish exhausted, but I don't see any divergence between the RSI and the price. The price right here is moving a little bit higher and the RSI is moving a little bit higher as well. So there is no divergence. Moreover, what I like to see if I were to pick a buy setup here is another bottom lower than this one. So if I get another bottom down here and the RSI starts diverging, so it means that the price goes down here, I got a bottom, and while the RSI keeps growing higher and higher, then this will indicate that we have a buy opportunity, or at least I would close this trade. But since we are not in such situation, the trade is open and we just need to be patient and see what happens next. Another update, guys. So the price keeps moving sideways, which is frustrating, and to most traders is a killer situation, because what many traders will do is to close this trade just for the fact that it doesn't move. But we know from the past that if we consistently trade the same opportunities in the same way, then we will get our profits. And in this case, the most important thing is to be patient. So I don't care whether the price moves sideways, goes down or goes up. I just care about keeping the trade open as long as I don't see any technical evidence that invalidates my trade. But right now everything is still valid. The analysis that we made, which was very simple and very clear, was correct. It is still correct, so there is no rational reason to close this trade. So we just keep it open and see what happens next. Do you see what just happened? we closed the trade with a more than 2.5x return, which is exceptional. So the price moved sideways for quite some time, and then suddenly it dropped down all the way before here and then all the way down to our target. But how many beginner traders were fooled into closing their trades at this level or at this level? What they did was to compromise their future performance, because even if they closed the trade with a small profit, which would be less than 1, so risk reward less than 1, even if they closed the trade with a profit, and I hope so for them, but they are going to compromise their future performance because they missed out on this opportunity. And why should you close the trades too early? Just because it takes more time? There's no rational justification. There's no rational justification for this, guys. You always need to stick to the evidence. And the evidence was that our initial analysis was correct. We were correct because we made a simple and clear analysis. The tools that we used were simple and clear, and eventually the price went down. We reached our target and we added money to our trading account, which in the end of the day is the most important thing. So guys, I hope you liked the video. If you have any question, feel free to ask down below. Subscribe if you didn't already, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like to support this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.